All right. Should we get it?
Let's do it.
Welcome back. Coming from us to you.
What's up?
Today is Thursday, July 27th. Coming at you on a Thursday. Couldn't get the podcast in yesterday.
You get the deluxe special on this tasty Thursday. Thanks for joining us. We're in for some hot stuff. A lot's been going on in the world today in the past few days. So we're going to bring you our opinions on the most important things in the world. First and foremost, aliens. Randall, have you
Read up?
did you see the court case with the former intelligence officer that testified under oath?
Yes. So
I guess that's what's all surrounded around,
So go ahead and clear the air just for the audience and,
Yes.
and specify, and then I have something to add right away.
Sure. So, yeah, I guess it was yesterday. I forget the guy's name, Brash or whatever.
Yeah, I don't
but
have the name up.
he just testified under oath. He was a former U.S. intelligence officer. Prior to that, he was an Air Force pilot. So, he was well-respected and had a good resume, a good CV. But whatever that's worth. But anyways, he testified under oath.
David Grusch.
Wherein that so what gets me is it's always like secondhand. It feels like he's like, I talk to people that are telling me that we've had a government program for decades focused on the retrieval of extraterrestrials, period, or extraterrestrial technology.
Yeah.
So, I feel like I've always kind of assumed that, and It just feels like they're just saying what we kind of already knew. We live in a weird generation where, I feel like a lot of us kind of always were like, yeah, I guess we all kind of know statistically that the chances of there being other life in the universe is pretty high.
Yeah.
And now it's been kind of leaked out to us over the past couple of years. And
yeah, because there's been, so this wasn't what I was going to add, but I'll add this after that. There's been quite a few videos now that have come out in the last 2 years now that the government has put out themselves, and they're clearly videos of unidentified objects that are moving faster than what we have ever been able to build. So yes, it could be another country, but that is enough for me to know okay, there's probably extraterrestrial life. So that's why yes, this doesn't come as a big surprise, I guess.
Right, I feel kind of numb to it, but
and also. So this is to me just like what Ben Lazar has always been saying. Bob Lazar.
Bobby. Yeah.
As well as other people who have been in the Air Force or in the government have claimed that they've seen these things. So
David Fravor is a big one. Fravor was the guy that saw the Tic Tac, and he was a high level guy, and had been in flying fighter jets for 100,000 hours. He'd been doing it for 30 years and then reported it and saw it. I don't know. I give a lot of credit to that. I don't think he's a bullshit kind of guy, and what's he going to benefit from this? But he testified also in that. I don't even know what that is. What was the event?
Was that previously, or was that also with David Grusch?
Same things. Yeah, same hearing. I guess it was a hearing.
Yeah.
But it's pretty nuts. I mean, it's cool. It's exciting, but at the same time, it's show us the fucking bodies, dude. I want to see spacecraft. I want to see the fucking aliens. It feels like a bunch of riffraff that's kind of distracting us from shit.
That would be sweet if they have that, have photos and stuff. Do you think that?
I mean, that's what the guy was testifying is we
supposedly
had ships, and the lady was by the way, dime piece lady. She looked like the girl from Full House that was married to Jesse. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
She kind of looked like her. But anyway, or she kind of looked like her.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I forget her name. But, anyways, she was, asking the questions, and she's like, so was there biologics on ship? Or was there a pilot? And the guy being testified, Grusch or whatever, was like, I've said it before and I'll say it again. There were biologics, and they were pilots, and they were non-human.
Yeah.
So that was the big thing. So it's not only technology, fucking, he said straight up aliens.
Beings, living things.
Yeah, but again, he's going through people that are saying they saw that. So it's what are we talking about here?
Yeah. When we get exposed to if that's out there, that'll be great. I want to see that. But I don't know. I feel like we might not have cold, hard fact
I'm right there with
evidence
you,
about
yeah.
that as well, like to put out there. But then again, I definitely feel like there is, even with like that huge release of data and documents that
Sure.
they did 2 years ago from the government,
Yeah.
there's still a large amount that they're holding back for sure.
For sure, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, do you think that we're in the generations that's gonna see the straight up like, yeah, here are alien bodies, here are the ships, like we live amongst the aliens, and then like, do you think they just like intermingle with our society and just kind of like we live amongst them like Star Wars?
I have no idea. It
I
totally depends on like, I don't know, because so far
Yeah.
they've just tried to go unseen, which is tight.
Yeah.
It's tight. I like that they're just monitoring us and not.
It is tight.
Because when you think in movies, especially like older movies, like
They're trying to fuck us
aliens are
up.
like the classic scene. It's like the UFO that's like a circular saucer.
Yeah,
And then
baby.
it shines that light down and it picks people up from the ground.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, they always are abducting people and stuff. And like, there's no legitimate claims of that. It's
Sure.
all legitimate claims of like seeing things and, oh, that's like something that we couldn't make from man-made material and stuff like that.
That's a good point because
But
they
I
were
like
sucking
that
us
they're-
up.
I like that they're just chilling and like.
That's a good type
if-
of alien to
if
have.
They could be chilling. I guess there's no factual evidence, but
That's a good point. What if they're? Yeah. Do you think they're scouting? No, I like. That's a very positive perspective because if we're just gonna live with aliens and they're chill, we never interact with them. They're just kind of
that
there.
would be tough. Like I hope before our lifetime, we definitely get to a step where there's a lot more
We're like talking to them and hanging out.
factual. I mean, if they are out there, yeah, I'd like us to discover them before we die.
I don't
Like
think.
full discovery,
I wonder if it would go well. I wonder because
Full
like
discovery.
we literally can't get over. Like people are still hung up on people's skin tone. Do you think people would get over aliens living among us?
I mean, I don't think we're gonna integrate societies.
You don't think so? Like Star Wars?
Not before we die.
Damn, that'd be
No.
so sick.
No.
Though.
We'll be on to another life before
That's true.
we're integrating with
We'll be-
aliens.
We fucking
We might
stardust
go
out there.
What if we go to an alien afterlife?
That'd be pretty chill. What if you died and you woke up and you were like woke up from a dream and you were an alien and you're like, oh, I had this crazy dream I was a human. That would be fucking a mind trip, dude.
So, like, one of the claims out there, just widespread, is like there is the off chance that like this technology that we've reported,
Yeah.
seeing like the flying things that we can't explain, could be another nation.
Right.
And I
right.
just don't think that's true.
I don't buy it.
Yeah.
I have heard that
Because they'd be using weaponry against us in wars, I guess.
that's what I figured.
You know?
Yeah, I heard another kind of bogus conspiracy that was like that doesn't make sense. Is the aliens kind of show? Oh, so that everything is all about. So World War I happened because Nazi Germany got hold of extraterrestrial technology. And that's why we had to go in. But I was like, that doesn't make sense. They were expanding, but like that's why they did so well. Is like they were able to expand their country with this alien technology. But my question is, what technology?
And what happened to
We
it?
know all the fucking technology that was used, like
Yeah.
the tanks, and that was like
That was
I don't know.
trench warfare, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what are we fucking talking about? So
Yeah.
I was like, that's a bogus fucking conspiracy. But people come up with the craziest stuff.
We should have a World War I and a World War II podcast.
Dude, I would totally
Talk
do a
about
history
Battle of
podcast.
the Bulge, dude. We could get so smart by researching it beforehand.
We would do that, and we could go to one
Let's
of the
do it.
museums and just get somebody that literally works there. They probably get
Come-
paid. They
come
probably
star on the pod.
volunteer,
Yeah.
and they've like
Just set up in the office.
yeah, dude, that'd be so
Have a cool
chill.
background. Yes.
Dude. We would learn a lot. That'd be really cool, and then we can go to the Chicago Art Museum and get one of those people. Dude, I'm sure these people would love to come on a podcast. That would be chill. We would gain an eclectic following. I feel like, but
Yeah.
we'd have to hold up to that.
We need
but-
some ideas.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. I think that'd be good people we'd interview. But yeah, back to the aliens. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think they're here, but I wonder when and how are they going to reveal themselves? I think we're going to see them not integrate, but like just live in a world where like, yeah, there's extraterrestrial life and they've been here or they are here. before we die. I think we're gonna live in that world. Not necessarily like we're interacting all the time, but like, yeah, there's just these things like that fly around.
Known amongst everyone, yeah.
Yeah, which I kind of already feel like I am living in that.
Although, like, I guess what necessarily would increase their need to come inhabit our skies or in areas more than they do now? Because, like, if we're not the ones reaching them.
What about resources? They probably might. They could be short on resources.
I feel like there necessarily isn't an increase in, like, UFO factual sightings lately. I just think it's our technology is better so that we can actually spot and record them and document them.
Yes.
And so, like, I think they've always probably, if there are aliens out there in these crafts that we can't identify, they probably have always come the same amount. It's just we can discover it and detect it more now. Does that make sense?
No, I totally agree with that.
I don't know if you agree, but
no, that's that. I feel like that's a thing. That one of the other guys, not Fravor, but another pilot on the East Coast, he said that once they got an update in their like visual systems in their fighter jets, they would see like 1 to 2 to 3 to like a lot of them all day, every day, every time they would fly, and they would just yeah, they're here, and they like not necessarily seeing them, which they did see them a lot visually with the eye, but all the time on radar, because you could see way farther with radar, obviously, or whatever they use, like a FLIR system. It's like a forward laser system. But yeah, they could see way out, and like there's like, yeah, that thing is staying totally still in the air, not moving, and the wind's blowing at 200 knots. 200 knots.
Yeah.
And like it's just not wavering.
Yeah.
So that's like,
dude, it's insane stuff.
I mean, like, what else is that going to be? Like, you can't say that's a weather balloon. Like, the only thing it could be is a malfunction in the detection system. But like, I doubt it. Lockheed Martin fucking gets that money.
And they
for
see it with their own eyes enough.
Yeah.
To where like
enough. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. I want it to become a little bit more reality.
I know. It feels like it's right there, and I don't know. It's weird. I feel like it's being spoon fed to us, and we're about to have a big reveal. Yes. So we'll see. I don't know. Not enough people are talking about it.
But we are, baby.
Woo, right
727.
Fucking coming from us to you. This is us. We're showing you the good stuff. But yeah, there's a conspiracy that the alien, because sightings did start to show up more and more and more after 1945 when we dropped the atomic bombs. And there's a common theory that...
How are we even, like, you know...
general sightings, just, like, people talk. But also, like you said, recording gets better.
And, like...
all that stuff.
I feel like general sightings from the public haven't increased from, like, the 40s to now.
I mean, they just started showing up. Like, Roswell's a really
like
famous
videos
one.
can get so famous, and I feel like they become, like... The awareness has become more widespread because a couple videos.
I agree.
But I feel like way back when there was always just talk about it, I guess.
Yeah, there definitely might have been. I mean, look back to the Egyptians. They fucking draw them in their hieroglyphics and shit. Like pointing up to shit. I don't know.
True. That's true. I still want to figure out how they built the pyramids.
I know. I think that we'll figure it out.
Is that going to be figured out?
Oh, dude, that shit gets me so riled up. It's crazy, man. Dude. There's a whole theory that, like, this is what fucked me up one day. There's a whole theory that there was a civilization at the level we're at, if not more, but also like more civilized in technology, advanced technology in a different branch in the timeline. Mm-hmm. So like where we veered right and we went electricity and coal and like firepower, internal combustion engine, all that shit. They took a left and like learned. Common ideas like vibrations, like using vibrations to like just fucking do
like
crazy shit
you'd never conceptualize, fathom.
But there was that society, and then something of what, like they say, a meteor came. It's called the younger dryas impact theory. There was this
deep in it.
Yeah, so it came down, wiped out civilizations, like basically like an apocalypse. Some humans survived, or Neanderthals, or whatever we were at that time, and basically had to restart. They were like cavemen. Because like imagine if an apocalypse started, we would have no idea how to make iPhones and all that shit. Like all the people that know how to make technology are kind of wiped out, or like a lot are. And even if there's it's so specialized. You know, you can be an engineer but not know how to restart civilization.
Sure, exactly.
So that's the whole idea. Is like, okay, there's a couple people that made it. They had to focus on survival, so they just
And a
went
couple-
straight back
yeah.
to survivalists, and it was a restart. So there's a whole idea that there's because like if you think about it, if everybody disappeared on the Earth right now today, how long until it just looks like dirt and everything kind of crumbles and everything goes away? Like 2,000 years, 3,000
So
years?
you're talking like way past the Will Smith movie where he's in these abandoned cities.
Yes, way past. Because
Shocking.
that's basically what ancient Egypt is. That's like
Yeah, it would
3,000, 4,000 years of us. They're 4,000 years ago.
Yeah, that would
So
take
nothing would be
that would
left.
take a long time.
You know, but like I feel like even this kitchen sink would be like disintegrated by that. You know, like
Probably a thousand,
eroded.
1,000 years.
yeah. And ancient Egypt was 4,000 years ago, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So like nothing would be left.
That's-
I don't know.
that's a
That
long
kind
time.
of fucked me up. That whole theory, like maybe that'll happen to us. I feel like we're cooking something up right now.
That's an interesting one. I've heard man, we could chalk it up. Another episode on conspiracies.
Yep.
Could just talk on it all day.
True.
Anything else on aliens? Our buddies, Al.
I got nothing, man. They're I think they're probably here.
I think they're knocking at the door.
Oh, sorry.
Who's that?
Aliens.
Oh, it's just Al.
Al the L.
Should be Alvaro.
I know. We're getting him on. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I want to see him before I believe it, but just makes me wonder like are people whatever. I just feel like it might be a distraction. But anyways, you got anything else?
No, that's good on the breaking alien news for me.
Aliens. Yeah, I feel like what else is going on in the world?
British Open.
British Open.
I don't think we touched on it. The last pod.
We gave our predictions on players,
Yeah. So
and I won out of us three. I got second place.
you got second. I got third.
Yeah.
I got third. I'll take third. I thought I was going to do terrible just because I have a bad history in pools, as I mentioned last time. However, I did talk to Yaza offset, and I forgot I did win last year's British Open.
Hell yeah.
I did win it. But anyway,
Doing better
yeah.
than me.
Shout out to, was it
Spence.
Carter had Harmon, and Spencer still won,
I know.
I believe. So
Yeah.
shout out to Carter with the Harmon pick. Shout out to Spencer
That is
for winning.
crazy.
That's
Wow.
wild. But yeah, Brian Harmon won. In what I would say probably one of the worst, least exciting majors I've watched in about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, he had the lead for
He just had the lead. He's not an exciting
Saturday and
guy.
Sunday,
I'm
yeah.
happy for him.
Sure,
Whatever. Don't
yeah.
get me wrong. Good for him. But he had the lead. He's not that interesting. You could just tell the field wasn't going to make a push.
Yeah,
And,
it didn't feel like it.
And the course wasn't playing opportunistic.
yeah.
It was just like nobody could make 10 and out putts.
Yep.
You know, everyone was hitting par. You'd get 3 or 4 bogeys or 3 or 4 birdies around.
Exactly. Yeah, everybody was just parring out.
It was ugh.
It wasn't very exciting. I talked to somebody and I was like, I didn't know that Harmon guy. He's like, oh, he was the guy going head to head with Brooks at the US Open. And I was like, oh fuck, yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, he's 36.
Aaron Hills.
I think that was his third win on PGA Tour.
His last one was a long time ago.
Yeah,
too.
so
It was
good for him,
Wells
but-
Fargo.
I mean, he's been in some other big tournaments too, where he's been in a top 5 a few
Yeah.
times, I'm sure.
He's getting his bread. He's fucking doing it.
Trying to think who else was on that leaderboard. John Rahm actually creeped up.
Grillo.
Rory was on it.
Emiliano Grillo.
Yeah, that was a good pick.
He was up there, but yeah, I don't know who else. Rory made a push. Tom Kim made a push.
Yeah, good for Tom. We're all rooting for Tom Kim.
He fucking shot like a 63, I think. On
Siwoo
Sunday.
Kim had an extremely disappointing final round.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he was sitting in 4th place,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
and then
He fell
Friday,
down.
and then Sunday. I mean, and he shot +1.
He's got to fucking get it together, dude. He's got the drip.
He does. I mean, he's an Aussie Asian.
He's
He's
an
got all
Aussie
the-
Asian.
He's got all the drip that you need.
Dude. Ugh. He's got to fucking do it.
Speaking of Aussie Asians, I'm gonna go get my buddy real quick.
Who?
Getting a beer. Reload.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so U.S. Open was pretty sweet. I liked it. It was very average. I don't know. Should we dive into Oppenheimer this early?
Where are we at?
25, I think. What are we at? Minus 2 minutes of pre. Yeah, no, that's fair. I definitely think that's fair. Yeah. No. We can get into it. We'll do let's do one toppy and then end with Oppenheimer, so we're not spoiling early.
Let's do a quick Cubs cards update. We got so Cubs, White Sox just played the crosstown. What is it called? Classic.
It's sick.
And Cubs swept. So the Cubs are officially 50-51, and we're up 7-1 away in Busch Stadium in St. Louis. So we're gonna 51-51. We're back at 500 today, boys.
Let's go. That's huge, dude. The Cubs could get Ohtani, right?
We could get Ohtani. Not this year. Fuck. So today, Ohtani news. Today they just took him off the market, and they decided that they're going to make a playoff push and try to add players instead of sell.
What if they lose like their next 3? Then could they?
It's a
go
bad
back
decision.
on?
So August 1st is the excuse me, the trade deadline. So if they decide to add some guys before, and then they start losing, it's how baseball goes at the deadline.
Oh wait, when is the deadline?
August 1st.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, got it.
So they're trying to make a playoff push. I think they're a couple games out of position right now. And
Yeah.
so they're going to add in the next day or two instead of selling Ohtani and other guys. And it's possible that they add guys and still don't make the playoffs, and it's just tough.
How many more games? How many more games are there?
I mean, there's probably, playoffs start in September.
That's true.
So there's a month worth of games, so 25 games.
Damn.
That's my guess.
Well, I mean, good for them for
The
believing
All-Star
in
break
themselves.
was just a week ago, so
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
it's
Damn.
usually like the half. It's a little more than half, but
Was there a celebrity All-Star game?
oh baby, I'm not sure. I was gonna say yes, but that's in basketball.
They definitely need to have like a competitive
I think
All-Star.
they have some interesting, like maybe softball. I think it might be a softball tournament.
That would make
game.
sense. I mean, shit, dude.
It's kind of. I've watched one. And it was kind of funny.
The sport that needs to have an All-Star break is the PGA.
Yes, dude.
Could you imagine?
I saw this. It might have been on Zaire Golf.
I think I saw that
It
too.
was just like, yeah. Like, could you imagine these guys doing like longest drive, closest to the pin? Like
dude.
hole-in-one chipping contests, and it could be like pros, and it could be famous people who can golf.
That'd be
I mean, it would just
steps
be like,
in there,
It'd be like the match 8.0.
dude. They would
Yeah.
make so much money.
Be so
That
cool.
stuff, they should definitely do that.
Dude, we should pitch these ideas.
How do we get connected? That's the thing.
Colin Coward could connect us.
No, you got connections with Barry,
Matthew
Barry,
He's
and
getting-
Clay.
Yeah, and Clay.
He's
I'm gonna
three
need them to
Clay.
actually get back to me again, though. That'd
Yeah.
be tough. That's the harder part.
Don't waste it on the fantasy team. Waste it on this. Ask if they'll come on for a quick questionnaire.
Oh, I got something along those lines. So
I love that.
maybe Colin Coward can speak up to us. Not because I know him, but Colin, if you hear this, if we end up making this a clip today on your show, on the Herd, you said that you were talking about how Aaron Rodgers sacked up and he took $35 million less when he readjusted his contract today. I agree with your take. I like that he did that. Good for Aaron, showing up for the team. He wants to win. But you said that NFL owners don't give money back. You said not even owners who are rich as hell give money back. That's just not, or they don't just give money out. That's not true.
They shell out.
Now, I have a documented case. I don't know how much it was, but it was over $20 million, I think.
Out of the owner's pocket.
Jim Irsay, when Andrew Luck retired, we could have taken his pay and we gave him like the rest that he was owed on the year or on the contract or something. It was in excess of $20 million. I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
And Jim Irsay let him have it because there was a tense relationship because he was getting injured and like all that stuff. But Colin, if you hear that, I would love to hear if you thought about that before your take.
Yeah, Colin. You bitch ass.
No, I love Colin. Colin's
know.
cool. I'm just challenging Colin.
I like it. He should respond. And I wonder what it's... Dude.
Respond and have me on the show.
Yeah. Have him on.
But yeah,
I like that take, though. That's good. That's good documented case with evidence.
Indie fans know that. I mean, the diehards, when we heard that, I was like...
Does that affect your market cap, though?
I mean, it affects something. I don't think he paid him out of pocket. I think
Yeah,
it
so
came from like the teams because we already owed him, and I think that I don't know. I don't think it came out of his pocket. And even if it did, still to Colin's point, I would still win that argument. But hopefully, it didn't come out of the team's pocket. But I think it
came from somewhere.
I think it did. Anyway, we're on to bigger and better things. Anthony Richardson, 3 years. We're in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you think so?
No,
Yeah,
but hopefully, we'll be a good team.
yeah, I hope so too. I mean, I would like to see him do well. I would like to see a lot of that rookie class do well.
It's an exciting rookie class, especially last year's was exciting. Next year's is going to be exciting.
Yeah,
It's fun for Dynasty out there, that's for sure.
I might tank again just to get first
Just
pick.
to get Caleb Williams.
Is that who the next QB is?
Oh, baby.
Issue is I already got 2 quarterbacks on my bench. I got to figure out.
Who do you have?
I had Trey Lance,
You got Bryce.
and then I got Mitchell Vosberg, a.k.a. Daniels.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Mitch Trubisky.
Daniel Jones.
I don't know. I mean, Caleb Williams is better than all of them.
I know. So I kind of feel like I wasted my picks. I don't think any of those.
I mean, you just got 2 insane running backs.
Yeah, we'll see if that works out. Fuck, I really hope
You
so.
could have taken a stud wide receiver instead of Bryce Young, but Bryce Young could be good. I just don't think he's like a great fantasy
I know. I
guy.
forgot that
because
he's going to take time for him
small.
to develop. Yeah,
He's small. He's a great pocket passer.
That's the thing. Who else is small? Patrick Mahomes, baby.
No, he's not. He's 6'3". Tua's like 5'8".
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Tua? Tagovailoa?
Or not Tua, sorry. Tua's small, but Bryce is even smaller.
Oh, fuck
Bryce
me.
that was his concern going in the draft.
I thought Patrick was small. He's got small hands.
He
That's what I'm
played in
thinking of.
college at like 184, and he was like 6, like 5'9".
Fuck.
So he's a small guy. But I'm not saying he's not going to be a good quarterback.
Yeah.
He's just not. He's not a dual threat. Like there's no way he's going to be running much.
That's a good point. Yeah, you know who else
But
is small?
he is slippery.
What about the Cards as quarterback?
Kyler Murray.
Yeah, what's up with him these
He's pretty
days?
small. He's bigger than Bryce, that's for sure.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Oh, fuck. Why did I even draft Bryce? That's crazy.
I think he is. I'll check. But he's hurt. He went out for like the season last year.
He wasn't very good last year, was he?
It just depends how you look at it. He's a freak. He's still good. I mean, he's still 25 years old.
That's true.
So he's 5'10", 207.
Fuck. How big is Bryce?
Bryce Young is 5'10". I think that's a 5'9". It doesn't say his weight here, but he basically in the draft he went from 190. He tried to get up to 200, like for the weigh-ins and stuff.
Got
and
it.
supposedly he'll play at 200. But so I think he's a little smaller than Kyler, but Kyler's tiny.
Damn. Yeah. Fuck. Well, hopefully it works out. We'll see.
Dude, I mean, I just was saying he's just a pocket quarterback.
I'm having a lot of trouble keeping space on my bench. And we lose 3 taxi
It's gonna
fucking
be
players.
tough. And I already don't even have a defense.
Fuck.
Yeah, so I got to cut 4.
Dude, I tried to pick a player up and I had somebody come off the pup. So it didn't go through. I have to wait another week.
Oh, you're okay.
I
won't take him.
So, anyways, let's talk about what we did last night.
Oppenheimer.
We were so lucky enough to have, shout out to friends of the pod, the Shapiros, Alex Shapiro and Laria Shapiro.
Thank you.
They gave us free tickets, but they actually were David. So I was thinking about sending
David, I
them
hope your
money.
girlfriend's feeling better.
Oh yeah, she was sick.
Yeah, so
Bummer.
that was tough.
Sucks to suck. We went in their spot. Went to Oppenheimer. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
it was
cool.
really cool. Spoiler alert. We'll try to keep it light.
We're talking it.
We're going to talk about it. It's all things you should know if you listened in physics class or any, it's all nuclear bomb shit. Yeah. But it was really cool. It was I really appreciate Cillian Murphy. Did you like him? You didn't know him prior to the movie.
Loved him.
Pretty good, right?
Loved him. He was an amazing actor.
Yeah, I thought it was solid.
He played Oppenheimer so well. Robert J. Oppenheimer?
J. Robert.
And
they're like, what's the J for? And they're like, nothing.
And they kept calling him Robbie. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
So he played him in a way that I was like, dude, it's hard to tell he's in a movie. Like, he just played him so outstanding. It was great. He played a great role.
I thought he crushed it. I loved how there was just a new, like, pretty famous A-list celebrity actor or actress that came in every, like, 2 scenes. Mm-hmm. So, like...
throughout, like, until, like, half the movie.
Yeah, and they had super small roles. Like, maybe had, like, 10 words. Like, Rami Malek, I don't know if you recognize him. He's, like, the weird-looking dude. He was from Chicago.
I'm not going to know
these
quiet
actors. Guy. Here, I'll show you.
The quiet, yeah.
He's the guy next to Emily Blunt.
Oh, in the movie, yeah.
In the movie, yeah.
I just don't know them.
So he's he played in the Queen movie. He played
what Queen movie? Queen. Oh, Queen.
He played Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
The movie Bohemian Rhapsody that came out recently. He played.
I need to see that.
Yeah. Why am I blanking on his name? Who the fucking
lead singer of Queen?
Oh my god, I'm embarrassed. Oh, Freddie Mercury. He played Freddie Mercury. Anyways, he's in it for a little bit. Emily Blunt being like the
she's awesome.
She was really good in it. I really loved that. Robert Downey Jr. was in it, who crushed it.
I just because you brought it up, I didn't recognize Robert Downey Jr. in the movie.
Oh no shit!
Until
he's old. They made him look old.
30 minutes after he appeared in the movie.
Yeah,
maybe like more. It took me a long time to figure out who he was because I was like, I know he's in the movie.
Right.
I had to kind of like, all right, I'll look through the characters.
They made him look old.
Yeah, and he just looked very different.
For sure, he's aged a lot. I mean,
but
drugs
he played a good role. I mean, it was great. It was a great, like, I told Steve earlier, I was like, yeah, I saw Oppenheimer. I was like, it wasn't the greatest movie ever.
I loved it.
I just thought, I thought it was a better movie in the sense of, like, the plot and the storyline and everything was great. And the acting and, like it was a well put together movie.
Sure.
And it was just very historically, factually knowledgeable with its own spin and everything. But I thought it was better than that in this, like, there are way more more exciting movies in my opinion. In the sense,
really,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I could definitely get that. I mean, it's not like a Fast and Furious or anything, like
right? And it's not like an absolute, like a cornerstone.
There's a lot of dialogue.
Yeah, it's a little bit more off the beaten path. It's not like a cornerstone, like absolute cinema banger.
Totally get it.
You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying. But it
was
right
pretty close.
We're talking Oppenheimer, so watch your ears. Oppenheimer.
Patty Rass just rolled in. We're almost.
No, we're fine.
We're only going to talk about it for about another 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. We'll code everything out too.
We can give you a second. No worries.
Yeah, we can talk about anything. We're gonna take a break on Oppenheimer.
Or we can talk about things that don't ruin it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, just cinematography. I loved it. Like it was nice to listen to it in a theater.
Oh my god! I told another thing. I told Steve.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, it was just fucking so loud and awesome. Like you knew that the explosion was gonna be a big part of the movie.
It was very loud. Everything was
so loud. And even like early on when so Cillian Murphy playing Oppenheimer was like, yeah, I just lay down in my bed and like think about the vastness of the universe, and it would show the cuts of the universe, and it did like how empty it was, and they played this really loud like and it was so intense. I caught myself when it would get quiet. I caught myself breathing really heavy, like because I was very like freaked out. Like
I was sitting next to you. I didn't notice.
I had to like catch myself. I'm like, holy shit.
So that kind of reminds me of like another piece of the movie that like it's one that I know the second time I watch it, I'm even going to appreciate it more. Mm-hmm. But like the first few times when they were cutting into those scenes where Oppenheimer would just kind of have like a daydream, and it would be like, it would show those stars combusting and like
freaked me out. That's what I'm talking about.
They did it like, am I overstating this when I say like within the first hour of the movie, probably
like the first
like
10.
5 times, 10 times.
Yeah.
And so I was like, not 10, but 5 to 6 maybe. And I was just like, okay, like I get it the first time. I got it the second time.
Dude, that was so intense. So I
time.
love those parts.
Yeah, I didn't think it was quite that
Holy
intense.
shit.
I don't know. It got a little like, okay, but
no,
I
feel you.
But the next time I watch it, I'm gonna understand the whole thing more.
Sure.
So I'm gonna appreciate kind of like that part of it. I guess I was still a little bit in question at the time.
Yeah, they definitely had like 2 timelines running the entire time. So like,
I smoked a little, wacky tobacco beforehand, so that
definitely makes it hard.
I wasn't quite on my tippy toes when walking in.
I don't blame it. Yeah, it took me a second to realize what was going on.
So
a couple times.
Sorry to keep interrupting this movie. See, I am fired up about it.
I love that you are.
You did mention every time they showed the black and white scenes.
Yeah, so black and white was objective, like historical, like fact.
Factual.
The
objective scene, the objective lens.
Yeah, so a lot of times when you see black and white, it would just like...
That's what actually happened.
Yeah, actually happened. And then when it was in color, that was subjective to Oppenheimer.
I should have caught on to that, but I also wish I would have known that.
I read an article about it prior, so if I didn't see that, I would have never thought about it.
I was trying to figure out. So that almost threw me off in the sense of, because they were like also other flashbacks that were just like in normal color, and I was trying to figure out, all right, what is like which of these scenes are pre-atomic bomb and which are post, and then I saw these gray scenes. I'm like, oh, these must be the old ones, and they didn't always line up that way. Yeah, so it caught me a little off guard. I was off the pipe a little bit.
No, I totally hear you. I would definitely want to rewatch it again in theaters, and I definitely want to go see IMAX.
It would be super good.
Oh, for sure.
Watching.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It was already super good.
Just like, oh my god, it was so damn intense. I fucking loved it. And yeah, I mean, like the cast. I hate to go back to, but like I don't know, Josh Hartnett. He was from.
How about Josh Peck?
Josh Peck out of left field. 2 scenes. 3 words spoken, just fucking crushed it. Dude.
Yeah, fucking Josh.
I thought that I was thinking back to it. It was really funny how Danny Oldman, who plays Truman, so after the bombs are dropped, Oppenheimer meets him, and he's like,
"Great scene.
I feel like there's blood on my hands," and Truman like grabs out the hanky and is like, "Here." Like, wipe your tears, you bitch. You didn't drop the bombs. I fucking dropped the bombs. You just made them. Like,
because
blood's on my hands,
you think the people in Nagasaki care about who made the bomb? They hate who dropped the bomb, and that's me.
Yeah,
and he's walking out. He goes, "Don't let that pussy back in."
That was so good, dude. Truman just like, I know he's probably supposed to come off as a bad guy, but he's the man in that scene. Get that hilarious. Pussy out of here. Oh, that was so good.
That was awesome.
I also liked they had a lot of good comedic relief, like when they were testing the bomb early on, and they're behind the, I know we talked about it last night, when Matt Damon, the general, was behind the barrier.
They're behind this like tiny man-made drywall.
Barrier, and they're like testing out a smaller version of the bomb. It's like pretty tiny. They pop it off. It's bigger than away. It's bigger than they think.
Debris hits them in the head.
Matt Damon just goes, "Well, I hope we learned something." And then one of the workers just goes, "Yeah, we're way too close. Yeah, we're way too close. We better back this up. Fix it right now." Oh my god, that was so funny.
He played a great role in the movie.
I thought it was really good.
I was waiting for him to come in,
Oh, right,
because he came in. It's a 3-hour and 10-minute movie, and he didn't come in until
maybe like an hour in.
Yeah, half the movie or just before.
Yeah,
and there was like someone I thought Matt Damon. I thought it was him, but it wasn't, and it was the guy who shared the classroom with Oppenheimer. He was on the other side.
Oh, Josh Barnett.
Yeah, Barnett at the very first. I was like, oh, there he is. I was like, oh no,
kind of looked like man.
Yeah, because he was super tan.
Yep,
and he had the old long hair that Damon used to rock.
Yes. Yep.
So that caught me off guard. But then when he came in,
I can see
was
that.
like, no, that's not him. But
Dude, it's funny because Interstellar, another Nolan film, Matt Damon doesn't show up until like the end of the movie.
Yeah, in that.
Yeah, which is like kind of crazy.
I have heard that,
So
knowingly that I haven't seen it.
no, it's yeah, but like it's interesting that's I guess if it works, it works. But yeah, I think it's cool that Matt Damon's willing to do that too. He's like a huge actor, at least was, and now he's just taking like
he was
supporting roles.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and like, but that one, I think this was like, I mean, this was probably one of the bigger movies of the year so far.
Oh, for sure. Yep,
and I feel like just getting in a movie like that is important, and I think he probably knew the value was big.
I mean, Casey Affleck was in it too.
Yeah,
Matt or Ben Affleck's brother.
Yeah, I think actors are willing to do things like that, like
especially
when there's two, what do you call it? Not grade A actors, A-list.
Yeah.
So when there's two A-list actors or like three, then I feel like there's just people are willing to take side roles.
Oh, for sure. Because you're
Granted
part
that
of
there
an
weren't
Oscar winning.
a ton in this, but like Damon. Robert Downey Jr.'s role, I guess he was like the second most prominent.
I would say he's probably supporting. They got him
supporting. But you're right. So you're right. It was like
even Josh Peck, dude. Fuck it. He came from Drake and Josh, and he's in Oppenheimer, bro.
Yeah, he's still floating along the
good for him,
the
man.
pop culture train.
Dude, it was funny when he showed up.
Money.
Everybody in the crowd just like kind of giggled to themselves.
Yeah,
like Josh Peck.
He didn't. He's just so, I don't know. I've seen him on like social media and stuff. So it's kind of interesting seeing like a kid TV show guy. Yeah. And then like seeing him on social media today, and he's just a very stand-up guy.
He seems
and
like
then
it.
Seeing him in a movie,
yeah.
It's like three completely different buckets, and it's very interesting.
I dig it for sure.
Yeah, good for him. I mean, not shitting on him.
No. I know. Yeah, he's doing better than Drake Bell, dude. I think Drake Bell kind of fell off.
I think he had some problems.
They sounded like it. I don't want to hate. Hope you're doing well, Drake. He's a friend of the pod.
Dude,
he might come on.
Speaking of Christopher Nolan, I looked up his net worth today.
You got any Cinnabons in there?
Just a chicken quesadilla.
Ooh, damn.
Who, me?
Take a guess at Nolan's netty.
Nolan's netty what?
Christopher Nolan's net worth.
$323 million.
$250. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, you know a lot of that. You know, it's probably more than that too. In real life.
Yeah, I mean, or less. I mean, spendable assets.
What's up? Not much.
We're pretty
about to
close.
wrap.
Yeah. What's that time say?
45.
Ooh, that's a good number. I mean, you got anything else to add on Oppie? I mean,
no. We'll see a little teaser, a little 45er.
This doesn't ruin it for Pat, but one funny thing that I really appreciated about the movie was that they were great at distinctifying like what he was good at and what he wasn't.
Oh,
and
right.
so multiple times he was like, I don't do the math. I'm like, I don't know
the
math. That was great.
That's a good point. Yeah, and early on, like he wasn't good in the lab.
Only theory.
He's a theory dude.
Yeah,
this is a big picture motherfucker.
And then he eventually became like the management of it. And then he became political, definitely.
Dude, the politics of it was really interesting. Like when they kept bringing in the McCarthyism of just like, you don't like somebody? Oh, yeah, you're a communist. Oh, fuck, now they're in jail. Like, and just straight up call somebody a communist if you don't like them.
And Oppie didn't do that. Oppie was a fair guy.
For sure.
A straight shooter the whole time.
No, they were doing that to him.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and he wasn't guilty.
But, one thing I thought was that I appreciated a lot, I don't know why, I thought it clicked with me, is I think it was that, Russian-looking dude who, had the weird face, and he was the one who came up with...
the H-bomb?
Yeah, and he was really
Hydrogen
smart
bomb?
and had a bunch of ideas.
Yeah,
and he told Robert at the end, he was like, don't leave when he was walking off, and he was like, we'll do 1 hour a week, just you and me.
Yes,
and then he was like, Robbie, you're not what was it? You're not a physicist anymore. You're a politician. I was like, yeah, he had changed from being a whiteboard guy to at the end. I mean, he just had to be responsible for everything, and that turned him away from being an actual physicist theorist.
That's very true.
So it was cool to see that longevity transpire.
Yeah, that's a good point. They definitely
cool.
wrote up the dialogue really well to like talk about that stuff in a way that's like.
I liked all the
dramatized.
small physicists, scientists parts
Oh
in the movie.
yeah, dude, and they're all like so that guy you're talking about his name was Edward Teller. So he was
Teller.
like that's
Teller,
a real
yeah.
physicist.
Yeah, they
Um,
were. He's a real physicist because that was his name in the movie, Teller.
Yeah, Teller is a real
Oh, hell yeah.
physicist. Like a lot of these guys are like David L. Hill was actually out of Chicago.
Hell yeah.
Where's the other? Yeah, so like a lot of these guys, I mean, everybody was a real person. How about Albert Einstein though?
Oh, that was great.
Fucking grade A, dude.
I can't
That was
believe he's still
awesome.
alive.
It never crossed my mind that.
They overlapped lifetimes.
Well, I always thought that in my mind it was Albert Einstein fled Germany and ended up helping with the Manhattan Project. But in the movie, they portrayed him as
it
like
was
not
past
involved
his
at
time.
all.
Yeah.
So that was interesting to me because I thought Albert
I always
Einstein was kind of
learned it
part of
that
it.
way as well.
Yeah. So I
Who's
don't know.
right?
Maybe it's their take on it. You know, it could be the other way around. But yeah, so that was kind of interesting to me. I did like when they brought up all the good stuff about Oppenheimer and the Manhattan Project that people kind of talk about. So like that is true that they were worried that if they set off the bomb, it would ignite the atmosphere and start a chain reaction.
The chain reaction.
That was a real thing. So the people were
That's how
worried
it
about
ends.
that.
Yeah.
That was really that. So that was cool when he was like going around like and showed Albert Einstein.
Albert,
and I was
yeah.
like, "What does this mean to you?" He's like, "It means that there could be a chain reaction that totally ignites the atmosphere and destroys the entire world." So that was cool. They brought that up, and I also liked that they kept touching on. So when he read that Sanskrit, and he was like, "I am Vishnu, destroyer of worlds." Oppenheimer is quoted saying that. Like after the bomb successfully exploded, he was quoted saying like, "I am
really?
Vishnu, destroyer of worlds," but like not like in a gaudy way.
That
He's
context.
like totally how they portrayed him, like sad and like
Mhm.
fuck, like what have I done?
Yeah.
This is who I am.
It's
now.
terrible.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine like the weight that would. I mean, Truman probably felt a lot of it too.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe, but-
not in the movie, but
Right.
I'm sure he did. I
But
mean,
like Murphy had the chance to nick, like he could have
that's
stopped
tough.
it.
That's tough to live with.
I still think that. I mean, fuck it, dude. I still think that it would have been built one way or the next. There's no
Yeah.
way
If
we're
it
not going
wasn't-
to build it.
If it wasn't the U.S., it
Russia's
was going
going
to
to
be
get to it.
Russia or
Germany.
Germany. And
Yeah.
if it was,
I know.
we'll do a whole nother episode on if it was Germany.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
so
come on.
yeah, so you're gonna have to make it. But I mean, I liked how they portrayed it. They got a lot out of it, and
Yeah, it was
really
good.
drew me in. I
It's a
liked
long
the
movie, but it was worth it.
It was definitely long.
3 hours 7 minutes. I said 10 earlier.
I
Just off.
loved it though.
94% Rotten Tomatoes, 8.8 out of 10 on IMDb.
8.8. Really?
Those are scrutinizing platforms, so
Yeah, I
pretty
would have
good.
thought it was at least 9.3.
I don't know if those change. They might change over time. It just came out.
True.
$100 million budget film.
That's it.
Again, Christopher Nolan. Yeah.
I bet you that bomb was $2 million. Fuck.
Shit, it was $2 million. It was
To blow
$8
that
million.
thing
Yeah, it was a lower budget. Oh, you said 2. I thought you said 20. It's like a quarter of the whole budget goes
Yeah.
to the one bomb.
Oh man, that's good stuff. Yeah, but it was good. I mean, I got not much more to say. You want to wrap? Or?
Yeah, I mean that's the show. We actually have Chicago 9-1 now.
Let's go.
So that's a
Cubbies.
lock. Cubs are gonna go 500 today.
Cubs are doing it.
Hope you guys enjoyed the sun going down. Hopefully you can see a little bit out there. Thanks for joining us. Peace.
Peace.